What's going on, guys? Mike and Dan here from the Mike and Dan Show with the Collecting Keys Network.
We have a show.
We have a show. So one of the questions we get asked most frequently is how we got started investing, how we got down the path of wholesaling, and why exactly we pursued that. And going back a ways, I mean, Dan, you've been investing for quite a while.
Yeah, I think the kind of the genesis for Mike and I to start real estate investing, I just thought, hey, I want to supplement my W-2 income and invest some excess capital into rental properties, and that's what I was doing for a bit. And then Mike stepped in, and you started doing it, but maybe for a little different reason.
Yeah, so you can go and you can listen to the medley of different podcasts I've been on. But long story short, we're both in similar career paths. That's kind of how we met. We're both engineers. I decided I hated that career path, and I jumped ship in early 2018 with no real plan. And I guess part of my exit strategy as I was trying to figure my life out was getting passive income, right? Mm-hmm. So that took me into real estate, because you read any passive income book, one of the first things that comes up is having rental properties. So that took me down that path. I had seen Dan investing in properties on the side and, getting a little bit of cash flow coming there from your student rentals. And I said, cool, well, I'm going to go down that route. So I started working with wholesalers, other investors, buying properties off the MLS, mostly using money from my corporate 401k that I had from being an engineer for a couple of years. But then after a while, we were both looking for opportunities, and they just seemed to be drying up.
Yeah, I think it's like two things for us at that time is, you're capital constrained, which that never changes. You're always capital constrained because the more opportunity, the more money you want to spend. And also, they're just at the time what felt like no good deals just to buy off the MLS, which is what I was doing. I wasn't able to get any offers accepted. And if I did, I would have to go way above asking. And at the time, wouldn't have cash flowed. Yeah. Right. So we were both kind of running into the exact same issue at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah. And you said it perfect. Like, you couldn't find anything MLS, neither could I. And then I went through a couple where I bought properties from wholesalers, and I would see these, $30,000 to $50,000 wholesale fees. And I was like, okay.
Sweet fees.
And then I started to meet those guys, and I was like, we could be those guys. Yep. Like, why are we paying them 50 grand when obviously we can have that opportunity ourselves to make that extra bit of money? So yeah, basically I sort of put together the plan, figured out people that we're going to emulate, and I approached Dan and basically convinced you to sort of throw in some money, just trusting me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, now it makes sense that you did that, but looking back then, I regularly think about, like, well, I don't know what the hell you were thinking. I guess just
a lot of faith.
A lot of faith.
Yeah. I mean, and we didn't even talk about how much it was going to cost, but I was just like in my head, I'll maybe lose 20,000, which is not like I had a lot of money just to throw away, but I was like, worst case scenario, that's where we're headed. But I mean, and we went into it, I think, head first, right?
Exactly. And you were in a position that you were willing to take that risk, and I was in a position, I guess, that I had the hustle and the extreme motivation to figure it out, because I didn't have a whole lot going for myself at that period of time. So from that point, we were able to jump in. We just started with a whole bunch of different throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. We wasted 20 grand. I can say wasted. It took us $20,000 worth of marketing and effort to get our first opportunity. But from there, it's just always about taking massive action and figuring it out.
Yep. Yeah, and I would say it was a combination of like self-taught. We paid for education as well.
Yep.
Because we knew like the timeline it would take to learn all this stuff was going to, we really didn't know how long, but we knew paying for education was going to help, and that did help. And it was throwing spaghetti at the wall. And I think, how long did it take us to get our first deal?
About 4 months.
Yeah, 4 months. And I guarantee you, not everybody needs to take that long. I mean, that was us doing a lot of silly stuff, but we figured it out, and now we're at where we're at today.
Exactly. So, point being, I guess we originally started for buying rental properties, creating passive income. We went into the wholesaling and the flipping because of the capital constraints. And now as we've grown this into a full-time business, it's just, the wholesaling and the flipping is just a strategy that we use to generate revenue for ourselves. Mm-hmm. And we really go sort of by the model, which you hear floated around a little bit, is, we wholesale and we flip stuff that we don't want. We keep the best stuff. Yep. And that's sort of been our model going forward. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't let any of your doubts about this sort of business restrict you from pursuing it. It's really not that complicated. Find people that are doing what you want to do, work with them, hire them to be your mentor, do what you want to do, and we promise you can also start generating huge income for yourself.